Those are clues already, as what I've mentioned. You don't actually have to go out of the country to earn in dollars. Everything right now could be done via the internet. Everything right now could be outsourced via the internet for you to be able to earn in dollar and flip it back into peso. So that actually means that you don't have to be a victim on what's happening right now, but you could be a victor based on what's happening right now. Hey guys, so by the time I'm recording this, the dollar is around 54.9 versus the peso. And if you look at it from a 1-month chart, you're actually seeing it in an uptrend, and there's a lot of buzz that it may go above the 55 peso mark, which is, from an uptrend perspective, it looks like that it could possibly do it. And if you look at it, at least from a 1-year perspective, it's relatively pushing high upon high upon high. And if you even zoom out and look at it from a 5-year chart, it has already broken the peak of the dollar versus the peso in September 2018. And please do note that we saw the dollar push up from a variety of factors back then. That was more than 4 years ago already, but we've already broken past that. And if you stretch the chart even further, it's very, very close already, trying to attack the resistance of the highs that we got in 2004, 2005, 2006, when the dollar was hitting 55, 56, 57. And what's interesting about that is 2004, I was still in college at that time. 2005, I was just about to graduate. 2006, I was a fresh grad. And we were trying to hit highs like that. There's a lot of factors that are contributing to all of this. And you also have oil prices, which has contributed a large factor in this. And please do note that higher dollar rates would also contribute to higher inflation, because we are buying oil using US dollars. But in this video, I just want to share what are you supposed to do right now, because when there are swings in economic figures, there will always be winners and losers, and the whole intent of this video is to educate you on how you can be in the winner side into all of this. Because at the end of the day, the whole goal is not to be affected with what's going on in the macro, but what are you supposed to do as an individual, as an investor, as a retailer, on how you can come out of this on top. Let's talk about the winners first. It's very, very evident that if you are looking at it from a perspective of how the Philippine economy is, the biggest earners in dollar, at least from a Philippine economic perspective, are the OFWs. And as you can see it, year on year on year on year, OFW remittances have continued to go higher, primarily because also a lot of the Filipinos who are abroad are my age already, who are in the prime of their years. If you're in your 30s and your 40s, you're not just anymore just earning minimum, you're earning higher amounts of money already, and you're sending higher amounts of money as well. And if you try to look at it, and if you try to analyze it from that perspective, people who are in their 30s and their 40s sending money back to the Philippines, they're in the prime of their years. They probably have 20, 30, 40 years still of working years ahead of them, and this won't actually stop. So a higher dollar rate means that maybe OFWs or Filipinos abroad get to send less, but because the rates are higher, they tend to keep more that they could actually also save and invest for their future. Or in the same way, if rates are higher, they get to send more to their relatives here in the Philippines, and their relatives here get to actually spend more, which will also help stimulate the economy. Or if they get to send more also here, that they maybe hopefully get to save and invest more as well. Another contributing factor in our economy that's helping our economy get by are the BPOs. And if you look at this, over more than 20 years already, we've seen the BPO industry do well in the Philippines. We've seen it year on year on year going bigger, better, stronger. And again, a higher dollar rate would be very, very good for the BPO industry. It allows those BPO companies to actually earn more. Now, that being said, first, I just want to say this from a stock market point of view. If you try to look at it from that perspective, try to analyze it in a way that, okay, prices, stocks would drop because of all of this negative economic news, but there will be winners on this. So try to figure out where OFWs are spending, where are they sending their money, what are OFWs buying at this particular point in time, or what are the companies that are highly connected to BPOs. And if you try to look at it, what comes into mind also, you have REITs that have a very, very large exposure to the BPO companies. That somehow gives companies highly connected to REITs and BPOs a bit of stability also, because when the dollar is higher, BPO companies here actually earn more. It gives you somehow a bit of certainty also that it's not just that the rents are longer and secured, and companies that are renting in these REITs would be able to pay. Them being more profitable would be more advantageous for them here. If you look at the themes of what I'm actually saying here, it may look negative if you're looking at the headlines that the dollar is higher, but this should be a challenge for you. How do you get by in this era? Try to earn in dollars. Try not to be a net spender in dollars. Of course, if you're a person who's traveling and you want to see different sites around the world, of course, it will be more expensive for you right now to travel outside because it will take more peso for you to be able to travel outside the Philippines. And of course, if gas prices are higher, of course, it will impact also travel globally. But instead of looking at it from that perspective, try to look at what can you actually do right now so that you can earn in dollars, so that as you're earning in dollars, when you flip it back here into the Philippines, $1,000 before would have been 50,000 pesos, but $1,000 now would be around 55,000 pesos. That actually means that you have an extra 4,000, 5,000 pesos that you could actually spend and make it revolve around the economy, or that extra 4,000 or 5,000 pesos is something that you can save for your future or something that you can invest to make your money work hard for you. So I came to great lengths into saying this, that looking at the headlines, it doesn't look so good, and a lot of people are saying, what's gonna happen? It looks so bad that the dollar is higher up against the peso. Let that be a challenge to all of you watching this. We are 314,000 people in YouTube. Subscribe to my channel, or if you're watching this via Facebook, we have over 333,000 of you joining us, watching, and are part of this community. What I want to ascribe to all of you is this. Use that as a challenge for you to earn in this era. Find ways on how you can earn, whether it's you being in Upwork, whether it's you trying to also trade the US market, whether it's you finding ways on how you can earn dollar, flip it back into peso, because your peso will have more spending power right now if you're flipping your dollar towards peso. Those are clues already, as what I've mentioned. You don't actually have to go out of the country to earn in dollars. Everything right now could be done via the internet. Everything right now could be outsourced via the internet for you to be able to earn in dollar and flip it back into peso. So that actually means that you don't have to be a victim on what's happening right now, but you could be a victor based on what's happening right now. So research, find ways on what you can actually do right now to not just earn from the domestic economy, but earn from the international community, and use that for you to be able to spend in the Philippines. And now you become more resilient, and now you become actually better, and now it doesn't matter anymore if inflation is higher. Now it doesn't matter anymore that if the dollar rate is higher, because you're earning in dollars. That's how you should be. You should be resilient. When the dollar is higher, try to find ways on how you can earn the dollar. This is also a good ideology for people. When the dollar dipped, especially during the pandemic, we saw it dip below 50. You saw a lot of people buy. For those who bought it, stashed it, stored it, right now, if should they actually sell their dollar, they're actually making money as well. So there will be opportunities, and I guess that's what I want to say to all of you, to the 314,000 in YouTube and the 333,000 in Facebook. There are opportunities. Even when the market is not as good, there are opportunities. Even when people say that it's scary, there are opportunities when you look for it. And I guess I'll say this over and over. If you don't know what to start, you don't know what to actually do, research, build your skill. Because it's what you know and how you sharpen it that will allow you to make money in this particular time. And it doesn't even have to be trading US markets, doesn't have to be even cryptocurrencies and flipping that USDT back to peso. It doesn't even have to be that thing, because the ROI of what you can get is based on the skills that you actually have. The ROI of what you can get is actually based on whose hand is it on. So start to research. We have a lot of business ideas. We have videos here in the channel also talking about business ideas, side hustles that you could actually deploy, or even trading the US markets as well. So much options that you could actually do, that when everyone is fearful, you're the one that's pushing forward, you're the one that's working hard, you're the one that's saving hard, you're the one that's doing what you can, so that you come out of this situation, you come out of this era bigger, better, and stronger. Because I really believe that in the midst of uncertainty, there's so much opportunity. In the midst of bearishness, there's so much that you can do so that you can come out on top. There's so much that you can do so you win. Please do remember this. Winners are not defined by how bad times are. Winners are winners regardless if the times are bad or even if the times are good. Winners get even better when times are bad because it separates how good you are as compared to the rest. It's easy to win when times are good, but when you are winning when times are bad, when you are winning when everything feels so bleak and dire, that speaks volumes of who you are and how resilient you are. Don't let the times define you. Do what you can to come out big so you define the times. And I'm saying it right now, the dollar is high, earn in dollar. If you want to know more about this, links are down below. Join us for our courses or seminars. If you want to trade Bitcoin, we have exchanges that you can actually look at. If you want to get a hardware wallet, we have some also below as well. And if you made it up until the end, like, share, subscribe, and smash the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing. That's it for now. Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.